All right. Hey, come on in. Hey, look at our guests. I feel so. Come on in. It's Monday. My head is chopped off. It will look like this. Hey, Brianna. Are you with Shaheen? Hey, Maya. Yes. Hey, daughter. Hey, parent.
Yo, what up?
Hey, come on in. Come on. I don't love you anymore. Get your groove on. Get the tension out. I feel so close up. Do you feel close up? Of course you don't. I do. I feel so close. There we go. That might be a little bit better for me. Hey, hey, Brianna. Hi, Nikia. Yes, you are on time. Yay. Y'all grab your pencils. Grab your paper. We're going to get started in a few minutes. Get it out. Check it out. I see you talking, Brianna. We're going to get to it. Woo. No, like before. Hey, Jaquan. Yes. Come on in. You know it. It's gone already, Nakia.
1 minute in.
Woo. Woo. Yes, get it out. All right. Hey, cousin. Hey, Lauren. Hey. She said smile. Kenya. Ooh.
I am smiling.
Yes. We're going to get into it in a minute. Grab your pencils. Grab your paper. Make sure you shake it off. You made it through Monday with no incidences. Yes. Ooh, this is some real stuff to say to somebody. Maybe someday. Ooh, where is this music at? Hey, Sheena. Mama, can y'all send $15? Brianna, we'll talk about that some other later. Hey. Don't love you anymore. Have you ever felt like that with somebody? But you didn't know how to tell them? Oh. We're going to get into it. All right. Release it. And Alexa, pause. Woo. Welcome to another. Hey, Nicole. Welcome to another Mental Health Monday. It is me, Tiffany from Tiffany Empowers. And I'm so excited to be here with my guest, my better half, my boo, my king, my everything.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
So glad that everybody has checked in, getting in. Please make sure you share this. Please remember that you will be able to watch this later. Make sure if you have any questions, you can put them in the comment box below. If you plan to come in on live with us, make sure you use your headphones so that we don't have any additional feedback. And also, just be your authentic self. Remember, this is not a replacement for therapy. This is just where we're going to have this conversation, and we want to be open and honest. A lot of people ask about our relationship and our marriage, and I said, well, what better way to give people what we do and what we don't do and how we did this and how we're doing this. I can get him here. So here he is, and we're going to get into it. But we need your questions. We posed the question I think at the end of last time, and we asked, what would you like for us to talk about? Hey, Yolanda. And relationships is always the thing that come up. So we are going to just give you our pure, unadulterated, hey, this works for us. What we want you to do is, if you think you can try it and it works, then go ahead and write those things down and try it. But a lot of people want to talk about relationships, but they really don't want to be in a relationship. So we're going to talk. I'm going to let Kenya talk. I'm going to let Kenya talk.
Yeah.
And then make sure you drop your questions and everything down below.
I guess the question was, why does everybody want to talk about relationships? How ready are you for a relationship? You know what I mean? She does the mental health Mondays, always come to me behind the scenes, and we always talk. And my question is always, why everybody want to be in a relationship? Are y'all ready for a relationship? Was we ready for a relationship? And one of the biggest questions I always ask, and I like to ask thought-provoking questions, I always pick on mine, is how many relationships have you had that was a success? How close to a success was it? You know what I mean? How much are you ready to be in a relationship? Are you trying to be in a relationship to work on your own self? Or are you trying to be in a relationship to fit what society tells you to be? I mean, everybody has to have a reason to be in a relationship.
And Maya just said that the reason that it looks like people want to be in a relationship because nobody wants to be alone. And that's a typical answer. That's just a generic answer. Nobody wants to be alone. But when you are actually presented with a relationship, with the opportunity to be in one, how do you gauge if you are really, really ready for a relationship? How much time do you allow yourself to process and heal from one relationship to the next? And what scale are you critiquing that on? How are you doing some form of self-evaluation before you move into the next relationship? Nakia says commitment is scary. Can you talk about that C word?
I ain't gonna lie. Usually, my generation back in the day, you know what I'm saying, mostly guys was the ones who was afraid of commitment. But when you break it back down to relationships, you got to look at it like this. What kind of relationship are you getting in? Because you have elementary relationship, you have the adolescent relationship, you have the adult relationship, which we all adults now, I mean, over 30, and we're trying to be in a progressive relationship. So what level is your relationship skills, communication? How would you rate your relationship level on? I mean, if I'm posing the question right, is your relationships now still like the relationships back in high school? Just think about that.
And how would you, Maya said, I ain't 30, but you are in a relationship with someone. And so how would you gauge to say, you know what, my relationship is not at the same level as it was when I was in high school? How do you do that? Just from you, from
me, yeah. Like for instance, my relationships back in the day is way different from my relationship when me and Tiff started to when we got married. The stuff that I do with her now, never did with females back in the day, because it's like, you know what I'm saying, we was in a relationship back in high school, then college, then, you know, as you get older and mature, it's like, you know, the conversation change, your action change, you as a person should change. And when you break down relationships, what is it that you can relate to the next person you're trying to be with?
That's a question. What can you relate to?
How do you relate with your mate?
How do you relate with your mate? How do you relate with your mate? I don't think you will ever truly know if you are ready. I think you have to just go for it. As the relationship develops, you can see this person's worth. I think you can prepare yourself. I think when we're getting into...
Sorry, baby. I'm not going to be on here all night, but that's the reason why we chose that song. I don't love you no more. I mean, hey, if we going to get in a relationship and this ain't working out in the beginning, I'm not going to stick around for your potential. Straight up and down. I mean...
And why? Why wouldn't you?
Because if...
Does age play a factor in that?
Nah. Age don't play a factor in none of that. Older men like younger women like younger men, older women like younger men. I mean, it has nothing to do with your age. It really all depends on how ready are you. Do you know you?
Common interests, common goals, if they add value to your life and vice versa.
And that's absolutely right. You got to understand who you are. Because the biggest person or the hardest person to be is you. You've been through society, through a whole lot of influences, been taught and conditioned to lie to yourself. So how ready are you for you?
That's a question, y'all. How ready are you for you?
How ready are you for you? Do you keep it 100 with yourself? Do you tell yourself the truth? Do you stick? Can you sit in your bullshit? Can you sit and, you know what? This is who I am and I need to change. Can you sit in the fact that, you know what? I'm not ready for a relationship. Can you sit in the fact that, you know what? I'm trying this relationship, but this ain't working out and time is short and I got to go. Especially for the ladies, because I come from a different place and it's cut and dry. If you ain't on your game from the jump, it ain't no can we wait till later on when my situation is right. The best thing they tell you is you better come correct. And that to me was always something that was conditioned to me when I was younger. If my mind wasn't right, I ain't trying to get in no relationship. If my money wasn't right, I'm not trying to get in no relationship. If my whole situation to where, you know, my feelings, my whole mental, my whole aura, my energy wasn't right, what's the point of getting a relationship? I'm just bringing toxic shit into a relationship. So that's why I say, how ready are you to be you? And one of the things I know we talk, I'm me all day, all night. I'm just me. People know me. I'm just me. Meaning I can be sincere and genuine 100% of the time without worrying about having to be judged. So if you dig me, you dig me. If you don't, that's cool too. You know what I mean? So how ready are you to be you? Let go of what society tell you. Let go of what them fashion magazines try to influence you to be. How ready are you to be you? Because when you think about it, I listen to them Mental Health Mondays and all of this stuff, and everything always leads back to our childhood, to our innocence. That little boy, that little girl who we still holding on to and trying to protect and trying to fulfill. But at the end of the day, that's truly who you are. So over the time to where, you know, you went to school, you met with this person, you dated this person, you slept with this person, and your whole energy started changing. You start learning, okay, when this happens, I got to do this. So now you're not really playing chess and checkers. You thinking you playing chess and checkers, but all you're doing is playing chutes and ladders. You just going up and down. It's a kid game. But that's, to me, the basics before getting into a relationship. What you think?
I think that Lauren said something very important. People don't want to be alone, and so people don't spend enough time alone to even try to even process this. To say I have to sit in my own stuff before I can even get to a point where I can be in an open relationship with my partner, where I can be honest. If I can't be honest with myself and be 100% with me, there is no way possible I'm ever going to be 100% honest and transparent with my partner. Just full transparency, because I believe this is how therapy works. I'm not the most emotional person in the world. People may think I am. Nah.
Well,
let me. I'm not the most affectionate person in the world. Is that a better word?
Nah, that's not even the case.
What's the case?
That's not even the case. We all are emotional creatures. We just learn how to hide it. We learn how to defend it, diffuse it,
numb it.
We learn how to do all of that stuff.
Thank you, Maya.
So I'm just saying this, but I did want to touch on how you said there's a difference between being alone and being lonely. And I learned that growing up. I'm the youngest of 3 boys, so when I had time to myself, when my brothers left the house and I was alone. Now I'm using that analogy because it wasn't a relationship to where you in a relationship to where, you know, like a partner, but relationships transcends just male and female. So when you actually start understanding yourself through how you relate to people, I related to my brothers to where we was a pack. So what now? My pack left and I'm just by myself. I had to learn how to be alone and not lonely, to where that put more emphasis on me, to where I learned who I was. So spending time alone with yourself is good, no matter if it's a breakup between you and a partner, or you know what, sometimes me and my homeboy, we actually don't hang out as much as we used to. But you still got to understand that, okay, this is what I'm worth, this is what I'm capable of. And then you just got to show that. But that's just something that came to mind when she was talking about being alone.
Speak on the difference between alone and lonely.
Okay, so I'm gonna rewind. Alone and lonely. Alone literally means by yourself. Lonely is a condition of the heart. When you're lonely, you're yearning for something to where you're not being fulfilled. You can still be lonely with somebody. She could be lonely in a relationship with me. You could be lonely. It's just a condition of the heart.
Any questions? Any questions? Give us your questions. Let me try to see if I can stroll down.
But my biggest thing is, yo, break up with that person right now. Nah, don't do that. What I'm saying is this. If you single, be single. Be single. It's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Do I miss it? No, but I'm just letting y'all know. It's real when you get into a relationship and you get married and you really have a commitment to where, okay, till death do us part. Because there's some ups and downs, but you really got to understand what you're getting into. And if you're not ready, meaning you ain't ready to do anything.
Because I think marriage, just speaking on marriage, for those that are probably looking to step into that, marriage is a reflective thing. It's a mirror. When you marry and to me, this is my opinion. This is what I believe. When you're blessed with your partner.
That's a good question right there.
Okay.
Lauren said, I think people don't know themselves enough to be alone. Their own company isn't fulfilling enough.
Right.
Well,
let me finish my thought. So what happens is when you get with a partner and you all decide we're going to marry, we're going to do this, we're going to be committed. That person will stand in front of you and you will get a chance to see how you really are and things that you have to adjust and things that you need to work on. I think that's what marriage is about. I think it's really that idea of circumcision, of getting rid of the things that does not service a partnership, because we come into this world very individualized, and we are raised to be individuals, and you can do it, you don't need nobody, God got you, and you can go forth and be very independent, but in all of that, we do need somebody. We do need a partner. We want those things. We should desire those things because we are human. We have emotion. We have needs. We have desires. And I think sometimes as women, we get into a position where we feel like we just don't need them. And I think we need to change that language, and we need to change how we talk about relationships and how we view marriage, and how and if and when we decide to move into that, if you aren't already, how do we keep it going? How do we start this? How do we make sure that we are successful? And so you want to touch on what Lauren said about not being fulfilling enough to be alone. I think that's a powerful thing. I agree with that.
I ain't gonna lie, that strikes deeper on a personal level with you, because you should be able to engage with your own self. And if you can't, then the solution is actually to be alone and meditate, or just reflect on yourself. I know I love young people, because when I was younger, living in the Bronx, New York, I always had older people trying to drop nuggets on me. And it wasn't until I was ready to start accepting them to where the conversation progressed and it evolved to where I really started getting it. So now that I'm older, I really try to condition anybody who's actually ready and willing to listen. So one of the things I did want to say with her is, being by yourself, there's nothing wrong with that. You got to learn what you're made of. You got to really understand who you are and what you can do. One of the best things that you can start with is by yourself. Start thinking about the decisions that you made. You know what? I actually accomplished this. That was a good plan that I did. Set some goals. You know what? I did better than I thought. You know what? This didn't work out, but I lived through it. And this is what, be optimistic. This is what came from that. And that's how you can start being by yourself and start understanding that, you know what, you're not lonely. You're actually working on yourself. We go to work 8-10 hours a day, but we don't spend no time with ourselves investing into us, bettering us, not to be in another relationship, but just to be, just to exist, just to, because like I said, relationships, it goes past boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband. I got 2 buddies at work. I got co-workers. I got friends. And I want all of them to be able to say, you know what? Yeah, he's a stand-up dude. You know what? I value his opinion. He brings this to that table. I can relate to him on this. This is our relationship. And furthermore, when you have relationships with the people who you have relationship with, what kind of relationship is it? Is it a sexual relationship? Is that how y'all relate? Is it we just smoke and drink and that's how we relate? That's what we have in common? What is the level of your relationship? Can you work on yourself while in a relationship? You can. I don't recommend it, because you are taking resources out of the relationship and you're being selfish with it. I say that because that's like me taking on a position to be a doctor. And instead of me being a doctor for the patients that need me and working together with my other team, I got to be over here in the corner trying to study, try to do my residency when I'm supposed to be at this level, but I'm here. Does that make sense? I mean, that's just my opinion. Mm-hmm. And I'm not no relationship guru. I ain't go to school for this. I'm just telling you what works. Yeah. You have to have a relationship with yourself. That's absolutely right. Yeah. Before I got with Tiff, I had to make sure my stuff was straight, especially as a man, especially as what the older people told me. Like I said, I got to have my whole situation right. My game has to be on point. I got to have this ready. And I'm not talking about money, flashy clothes. I ain't flamboyant like that, straight up. But I want to open up for her to see me. That's what I mean by being ready. To where living in New York, you hollering at 5-10 females because it's clustered. You're going to get some no's and get rejected. But as a dude, whatever, you just got to shake it off, keep it moving. You know what I mean? You have to have that self-confidence. As a woman, one thing that bothers me, I see beautiful women, you included, to where it's like, not major self-esteem issues, but it's like, yo, why are y'all feeling like this about yourselves? To where, as men, and I could speak for a lot of them, we see y'all here, but y'all only see yourselves right here. And y'all movements is whack because your mind ain't up there like how you should be. Everything is on point with you, but your movements are down here. I don't know, it's because y'all don't want to listen to nobody, or y'all just listening to people who's actually trying to hurt you because they feel they in competition with you. But that just, I don't know. I won't go on a tangent.
I think, and this is where we have a difference of opinion. I think you can work on yourself while you are in a relationship, because again, I believe sometimes you are in a particular comfort zone, and so when you are in a relationship,
hell no, Brianna, no, we were not both ready when we started talking.
no, of course not.
No.
So, and I believe that you can, and so what your partner does, or what I can only speak right here, what he did for me was he allowed me to see who I was. Not on a bad sense, even on a positive sense. You are queen, goddess, mother of the earth. He used to tell me that all of the time, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And now I really believe that I am queen, goddess, mother of the earth. And so not only the positives, but you need to change this. This isn't helping. This isn't what we are. But when you have nobody looking at you sometimes and giving you the critique that you need in order to change, and you're not mentally strong enough to auto correct yourself, I believe that you can work on yourself if you are ready to hear the feedback from your partner.
All my girls that.
If you are ready to take the feedback and really do some work on it, it's not an attack. It's not that he might be attacking my character, or he don't like me, and he don't understand. It's really, you know what? He may see something that might not be what's best for me, and he's just bringing it to my attention, and it's up to me to change it. And I'm not changing it for him. I'm changing it for me. He just brought it to me. He just said, look, hey, I done been with you 365 days, and I noticed this about you. You have very bad, you have negative self-talk. You talk real bad to yourself sometimes. Hey, guys, you talk real bad to yourself. So you need to change that. And I'm like, okay, well, you don't know me. You don't know what I've been through. How you going to come in and tell me? But if I stop doing that and I just hear the message, if I hear the message and I take the message and say, you know what? Let me self-evaluate. Let me get some alone time and see if that's right, and see what I can do to change that. And so I do believe that you can grow, and you can change. I think it helped, and it helped me. It helped me.
Yeah. You can work on yourself.
You can work on yourself. You can't
work on yourself while in a relationship. We have to work on each other in a relationship. I guess, if that makes sense. You can't just take time to say, you know what, I need to work on myself in this relationship. Because now you cheating me of the quality time and the resources that we are dedicated to this marriage.
Right.
So what I'm saying is, if you wait to get into a relationship and you are standoffish and say, hey, you know what, this is going to take some time for me to change, and this, that, and the third, maybe you weren't exactly ready to be in a relationship. Because when you are in a relationship, and this is some just relationship tips, man, I picked up from the bar just talking to women and older dudes. Be considerate. That's number one. So while you saying I, you're not being considerate of the other person. When she tells me I'm out of line by leaving drawers on the floor and this, and I keep doing it, I'm not going to be like, well, that's who I was when you met me. And that's a wink, because all y'all women do that shit. I mean, this is where I was when you met me. Please stop that. Please stop that. That rhetoric is not healthy for your relationship, because it's very dismissive, and that's what hits our button to where we just go off. Because on one hand, you want us to treat you sensitive, be more sensitive with you, be more gentle with you, but yet, while we trying to approach you with kid gloves and real, you know, hey, okay, hey, y'all at us like this, like bears. So now we got to get on the defense. You see what I'm saying? But all in all, we have to work on each other. Be considerate. If I'm thirsty, I'm asking her if she's thirsty. If I'm gonna get me something to eat, I'm gonna bring her something to eat. She say I do a lot of sweet stuff, but the secret is this: if I'm gonna do something for me, I'm gonna make sure she enjoys it too. We do a lot of stuff together. Whatever she want to do, I'm a #1 supporter. As long as it ain't detrimental to our relationship or it's going to hurt our pockets or something, I'm all in. It don't even matter if I want to do it or not. I ain't even going to lie to you. And she noticed half the stuff I don't even want to do. I don't even want to do it. But she don't know that. She don't know that until I tell her afterwards, months later, like, yo, I don't even like Scrabble. And we've been playing Scrabble.
I love it.
We've been playing Scrabble since 2008. I hate Scrabble. And she ain't know that until 2014 or 15. But the point of it is, I was always just like, yeah, baby, come on. You know what I'm saying? Be supportive.
Why do men want women to submit so quickly?
I wouldn't say submit. What do you mean by submit? I mean, that's taboo to women, all women. I mean,
that's
submit.
like fire. And so Lauren said it was, she used to talk crazy because she didn't think it mattered anyway, that men had feelings because they never really show their feelings.
Right, put it like
Talk
this.
about feelings.
I'm a logical thinker. You want a man to be vulnerable. You want a man to, oh, you deal with the streets like this, and when you come home, I ain't the streets. Don't talk to me like them, and this, that, and the third. All right, cool. We got you. We listen. We comprehend. We let that digest. So now, when we do that, y'all use that against us, and y'all think y'all can talk to us any type of way. So it does matter, because I mean, it's simple. It's simple mathematics. As a human being, if I talk to you like that, would you like it?
If I showed it or not.
Yeah. If I come, yo, why dinner ain't cooked, man? Or why? You gonna be like, you hurt my feelings. I don't like how you talking to me, or whatever the case may be. Okay, I'm a grown ass man too. I don't want you yelling at me over nothing, especially something that I ain't even really do. But you just going off. Yo, baby, can you? Man, I don't feel like it, and da. Look, man, save that. Save that. Mind how you talk to each other.
She thought it was the only way y'all receive stuff, to be honest.
All men ain't the same, and it's almost like the reverse of the question being asked. Y'all think we want y'all to submit, but y'all think we just receive stuff by talking to us and net, nibbling at the ear. That's not how we like it. That's no. And point blank, when men tell you something, listen. And what I mean by that is a man will tell you what he expects and what he wants, and especially who he is. But women don't listen, and they think that, you know what, I didn't hear that. I think I can change him. I think if I do this, he won't be like that. That's the only way I'm saying by listening to him.
Basically, why do
men feel like when
he has you, the woman should submit? Like, why is that something they feel should be given and not earned? Like, I feel submission comes when there is a mutual understanding and a safe space for a woman to be vulnerable.
All right, I'm gonna go there. Some may like it, some may not. Oh well. Tiffany, I don't expect her to submit to me. I once did. I once was like, yo, I need you to submit to me. I need you to fall back so I could be the man that I need to be. I'm the leader. I'm the man. I'm going to go hard for both of us, and I'm going to show it. And I do. And I evolved and I learned to understand that when a woman is submitting to a man, she's not submitting to me or the man. She's submitting to the relationship. Because what women also fail to realize is, because what the man does, he's also submitting to you and the relationship. But it's just so greased over so lightly that women don't see that. Because how in the black household, they say, okay, the women are in control and this, that, and the third. But if that's so, how can it be that if they're all submissive? Really think about it. A man really don't make no movements without you, but yet you always fighting the submissive part. So it's okay for us to always be submissive to you when it comes to certain things, but yet we can't even spell that word in Scrabble without having a problem. I just slave over the stove, and Quan said he don't want to eat. Should I be mad?
No. Just put it away for tomorrow.
You cooked for y'all. If he ain't hungry, he ain't hungry. I mean, but that's the thing. Do it with a clean heart. Don't do it because you think, if I do this, this is how they supposed to do. Look, don't live a conditional life. Don't live a conditional life. Live a life that say, you know what, I'm doing this because this is fulfilling to me. If fulfilling to you is knowing that, you know what, I'm always going to have this dinner ready 7 days a week, and if he only come home hungry 5 days, I'm good. Okay. Showing love, that's one way, but we got to be more expressive through communication. That's what we got to do. We got to be more expressive through communication. Excuse me.
Excuse it. This is
live.
This is live.
Children all day. But be more expressive than just the food, because all right, what if you cook and I don't like it? What does it say about your love?
Prior to her cooking, I told her I wasn't hungry.
That's the listening part I was talking about. But you think, no, if I still cook, he gonna appreciate it.
He gonna eat it.
Yeah, he gonna eat it.
But here's the deal. Even if you cook it and he doesn't eat it, you cooked it. You cooked it because we both hungry. There's no emotion attached to that cooking. There should be no emotion to that.
There should be no motive to it.
There should be no motive to it. There should be nothing.
I mean, why not? He's being real with himself. If he's legitimately telling you, I'm not hungry, I still cook. Put it away for tomorrow, because guess what? Mm-hmm. Think smarter, not harder. I ain't got to cook tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. And love, receiving love and giving love, we all come from a different space. And that's why alone time is important, because you can learn how you want to receive love and how you want to give it. And it should be the same. They should be, lining up. When you're thinking about love and you're thinking about receiving and you're thinking about giving love. You about to what?
Yeah, I'm going to take a few more questions if y'all have them, because her budget for my interview is about over.
What's the love language?
The love language? It's a beautiful language. It's a beautiful language. I would say the love language is genuinely, like I just said, is being considerate. It's being open. I don't know the love language.
Yes, you did. You took it.
I took it? But
yeah, you did. Scored? You scored pretty good. Yours was touch.
Oh yeah.
Yep, his was touch, and mine is words of affirmation.
But the love language to me,
the book is somewhere.
What I think about love language is just really expressing yourself to somebody unconditionally. I mean, straight up and down. Like back in the day, we grow up like, if I show her I like her, then she ain't gonna want me. So I gotta kind of be cold to where she don't think I want her, and I gotta kind of get the attention of another girl so I could really get the girl that I want, instead of just saying, yo, straight up, you know what I'm saying? I think you dope. I think me and you do great together. You know what I mean? Quality time, yeah, whatever your love language is. I mean, because
I think everybody needs to know theirs, because there's no way that you can. Chapman, it's right over there.
I'll pull. Call me Catman.
No, it says Chapman, baby. I'm gonna pull the book and I'll show it to you guys before we get off. So if you're not familiar with it, you can and you can actually take it to find out what your love language is.
But I want to know from y'all, honestly, what grade level is y'all relationship on? Like, really, are y'all having some back in the day relationships to where it's childish and we always fighting about nothing and arguing? Or do y'all have some type of real relationship based on some common goals, some common principles and values? Because I ain't gonna lie, we came to the table, I'm like, look, man, this is how I look at the world. This is how I look at raising kids. This is what I want for us. And this is where I see myself in 5-10 years. even though half of that wasn't her plan, I'm like, yo, we gonna do it anyway, cause you gonna like it. You gonna like it. And I always told her, just, you know what I mean, enjoy the ride and just, you know what I'm saying, let's do this together. But get into a relationship for the right reasons.
But first of all, start off with that relationship with yourself. If there's some unresolved issues that you have, figure out, well, I'm not going to tell you to figure it out. Talk with someone. You can go seek therapy about how to handle unresolved issues from previous relationships. I do believe we take a lot of residue over from one relationship to the next. I do believe
Hey, love you too.
I do believe that we cut ourselves short because we haven't healed.
She be arguing with herself. I don't feel like it. Come on, we gotta get up, girl.
I do believe we cut ourselves short because we don't allow ourselves to be vulnerable, not to a partner, but even vulnerable to ourselves. Yeah. We are so hard on ourselves, and we have to be perfect, and therefore we take that into looking into a relationship, not understanding that nobody is perfect, but there are some qualities, and we are to be exchanging. This is an exchange.
That's what you mean by iron sharpens iron.
This is an exchange.
It's like capoeira. It's a dance. It's a beautiful dance. But just as a recap, just some
that residue is real. The residue is real, and you gotta get it off. And no matter what you're doing or what relationship you're trying to be in, it will hurt because you haven't dealt with it. You gotta deal with that residue from past relationships, good, bad, ugly, or indifference, and whatever it takes for you to get it off of you, so you can continue to hold on to what you got. By all means, that means do it.
That's key word. Hold on, because you may think this is the perfect relationship. Trust me, it is not.
We work.
It's always work. It's effort.
We are working.
Like we said, recap, man. Trust me. We look to older people. We look to you guys, other married couples, for advice. And see how y'all doing it. Because my thing is, I'm a very optimistic person. I'm persistent and I'm optimistic. And that works for me. And I always try to take whatever good I can. I hear y'all about the residue. But, you know, I always try to take the good from it and keep it moving. You know what I mean? But like we said, the best thing to do in hindsight, and this is based off of us and what we know from other relationships, work on you first. Work on you first before you even start talking about being in a relationship. Why be in a relationship? What are you bringing to the table? What do you think you need to work on yourself to bring to the table as a woman, as a man? Okay, if you have submission issues, not to say that you should or not, but just because the idea of it kind of triggers you, work on yourself about that. Because no matter what, there should be nothing that triggers you to where you pop off or you think, you know what, I don't like this word, I don't like that word. Hint, hint.
Oh, I tell them it's certain words I do not like,
and I have to,
and I do not want to hear them because I define words and they tick me off. Because my love language is words of affirmation. So certain words really do tick me off.
Okay.
And I give him substitutive words that he can use.
Listen to this though, because while you thinking the words is like way up here, we're talking about words like responsibility. Excuse me. Role. We talking about role.
I don't like role.
Look, all right, hold on, baby. I said, yeah, baby, this is your role. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a guy. I'm using a basketball analogy. Baby, the point guard, boom, boom, boom. You shooting guard. This is your role. She went off on me. The snapping of the fingers. Role. I don't like that word. Role. Like, role. Can you use the word responsibility? Like, are you serious? But that's what I'm saying. If you are uncomfortable with certain English words, some grammar, you know what I'm saying? The diction of it, there's something that you need to fix within. But the whole thing is work on yourself first, get in a relationship. Then when you're in a relationship, quit lying to yourself, quit lying to your person. Be honest, be open, be vulnerable. Be what's up to the other person. You know what I mean? Because we both looked at each other a certain way, then we looked at each other a certain way, then we got to kind of get back to looking at extra. Hey, you always get extra with me. Always.
Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Because
But yeah,
we're not gonna hold y'all any longer. If you'll give me that book right there by Jason, it's a little purple book right there. And nope, over, closer to the end.
Left, right.
Left, right there. Nope, the one next to it. Any questions? Anything else? Any feedback? Here is the book. Call me, I will. The 5 Love Languages is the secret to love that lasts. Right. This is the book. And it is a quiz. You can take it online. Nakia has posted the link. Thank you so much. But if you want to buy the book, you can. If you shoot me a message, and you want the quiz, I'll be more than happy to just send it to you and you can have it. Right. Any other questions?
And to answer y'all, see, I'm not a talker, but
he's not a talker.
I'm a talker to people within my circle. So if you getting this talk now, when you see me, I'm probably ain't gonna be like this. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? I'm real reserved, but if you wanted some tips, my thing is this, man.
What's your biggest tip for these ladies? Because it looks like in Jaquan.
Alright.
What is and I think Marco is on with Sheena.
My biggest tip. For the ladies is to be honest with yourself. Be open-minded, clear-eared, and open to listen to full sentences in a conversation. We all got to quit lying to ourselves about certain things. Let's work on that if you want to work on something. But overall, like I said, just be considerate. Put some effort in your responsibility. Put some effort in your relationship. And just do what you got to do. Whatever it takes, man. You can't be too tired. You can't be too selfish. You always got to be with it. If she want to do something, I'm with it. It don't matter what it is. Honestly. I got to go discipline these kids. I holler.
I hope y'all enjoyed hanging out with Kano and myself, or Kenya and myself. If you have I did something really bad. Sorry. If you have any more questions, please, you can drop them down in the comment box below. Most of y'all know my number. You can call me. Y'all can stop by. What they do to him, I don't know. We're going to figure out what's going on with Judah. But it's funny that y'all know that it's Judah. If you want to do some kumbaya, you can join me tomorrow. If you are here in Augusta, I will be at the Burning Ward Community Center doing meditation for our Still Tuesday. It is 7 to 8 p.m. It is donation only. All we ask is you bring a friend and bring a cushion for your comfort. Anything else? No. Thank you. Every one of you, thank you for all that good content. I hope y'all enjoy him. I hope he was as transparent as he always is. Thank you, Maya, Brianna, Lauren, Nicia, Natalie, everybody that jumped on. Zamara, thank you. Here is Jada. Say hey. Hi. Say good night. Kiss. All right. Bye. All right. Bye. Amazing. Can't wait. Yes, join me right here next Monday. I might try to bring them back, but if not, I will be here next Monday, 8:30. I may ask somebody to come and join me in the chair. Jaquan and I will be in attendance tomorrow. Oh, great. Yep, we'll be here. Y'all have a good night. Please make sure you check your voter registration. Don't forget that. You can do that. The link is already there. Census 2020 is coming up. I'll have information on that as well. Y'all have a good night. Stay in peace. Love yourself. Get in a relationship with yourself. And I'll see you next week. Thank every last one of you. Brana, I'm going to call you in a minute. Good night.